Nope, that's staying up. I have an annoying mustache hair that's in my field of vision, and it's also visible, at least on the preview. Anyway. Hey, Don. Thank you for the premature clarification. I had pizza, so basically I got pizza sauce on my face. And I didn't notice it until I was on camera just now. Also, my finger just got stuck in my beard. There we go. I was supposed to have a shower today, but it just like today went too fast. Today was weird. I ended up having a bunch of conversations with people that seemed to last for far too long. It was, yeah. Today was, that does not need to be on anymore. Yeah. Today, like I said, it went super fast. Yeah, I got up and like I checked my mail, and that took a while longer than I was expecting it to. And then I had lunch, and then lunch / breakfast, whatever. And then I came on here and I organized some files around to make the processing of all of the AI art, the AI enhancements, a lot faster. And also then I went into the house and I was trying to find some of my coach gear because somebody has requested a special video. I'm never going to get any of the pick dump stuff done. Jesus. Unfortunately, I can't find the whistle. I can't find the whistle. I found and then lost again one of the armbands, the sweatbands. I have no idea where that's gone. I've got my regular ones. I've got regular sweatbands in case, so I know where those are. But I can't find those now. I've moved them so that, but oh my god. Fortunately, nobody gave me any deadlines for that one specific video, so like it's not going to be that big of a deal if I basically just like if I miss it, you know, if I don't do it right away, it's not that big of a deal. So it's not like one of the recent videos where I basically had to drop everything and do it real quick. It's a thing. Why is my beard not symmetrical? That is weird. It's symmetrical to my hands, but not to the camera. Ignore it. Ignore it. Yeah. I'm trying to get through all the points so that I can get onto the other points so that then I can, yeah, before you go to bed. So, yeah. Yeah. So it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, I then came back to the computer and I did some, I did already done some of the pick dump slideshow preparation. I've done some of it, but there's a lot that still needs to be done. We are not even a quarter of the way through with the slideshow doings. That's why I'm basically here right now, so that I can do them with you. So yeah. Oh, also, just randomly that, and this is bugging me. I know it's not anybody else's problem, and nobody else can really kind of solve this. But I am missing. I'm missing a couple of packs of tobacco, and that's really confusing because, like, you know, I get it in bulk, so that basically I don't have to worry about sending lots of money away. You know, I get a couple of months supply. So basically, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that every month or every week or whatever. Um, with how much tobacco costs now, and yeah, I seem to be missing a couple of packs from the bag that basically is like it's in the storage in the house, and I'm just kind of confused because it's like I've kind of accounted for everything, and I don't know where they've gone. So that's bugging the crap out of me. That is bugging the crap out of me. It's so confusing. Normally, if I was like, normally I basically just like accuse somebody in the house. But the problem with that is that nobody in the house smokes. So yeah, I'm confused. Anyway, um, aside from everybody in the house being a completely trustworthy person, it's just bugging me, and it's annoying. It's yeah. So it's also the problem is that it's also expensive. So like 2 packs is around about $50, and that's annoying. That's yeah. That's also 2 weeks that I've basically got to order my tobacco in advance of, and oh my god, so just stop thinking about it, stop talking about it. It's a mystery that will be either solved or not solved, and I just have to deal with it. Anyway, right. Yes. So yeah, I've done some of the work. I did some of the work today, so that was cool. We're about a quarter of the way there, I think. I think we're about a quarter of the way there. If I basically just stick to a schedule and actually get this done within the next couple of days, we could definitely be almost done. I think almost done. But the problem with that is that again, life keeps throwing me random crap. So again, I said this in the last stream. There's a series of personal family crises that I basically have to around about this time of night. I get randomly called about, and then I have to be on basically a Discord or Skype call or Skype like call because I don't use Skype. And yeah, that can last for hours, and that's very distracting. And I can't just have it on in the background and then do work. I have to actually engage with this person, and oh my god, it's screwing with my sleep cycle, and it's also kind of messing up my work. I should stop talking because I just realized that um, if my ex is who's the person I'm talking about, if she ever hears this, then she probably will be like, "Oh well, really? It's so hard for you with your think about how hard it is for me, etc." I'm not gonna dig my own grave anymore. I've just done it like a lot. Anyway, that kind of takes up a lot of time as well, and that's completely fine and understandable, and I get it. So yeah, but yeah, I was doing editing, and then I seem to only be doing it for like 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden, um, my partner calls me in, and he tells me that he wants to order pizza. Even though we ordered food last night, he wants pizza tonight instead because we ordered. He ordered a burger last night, and tonight he wants pizza because basically we have somebody over. One of our friends is over, and he's gonna do like the gardening for us and stuff. So it's kind of like ordering in because he doesn't get to order in so much or something. I don't know. Um, so I totally get that. I understand, and I got a pizza, so I'm happy. Um, yeah, and then so after then I basically end up talking, you know, with the group after and during eating pizza for a while, and then I come out here and I do some work. I did some more of the editing, And it's already kind of like 2 a.m. here. I don't know how this happened. Okay. So yeah, everything like I don't have time to have a shower. Everybody's gone to bed, and like I'm just here, kind of waiting to get tired to go to bed myself. And I've only done like a little bit of editing today. It just feels, I feel kind of like just like time has just been super sped up today. I don't like it when I have these days. These days kind of feel like they're very wasted days. You know, it's like they're very kind of like sped up to the grave kind of days. You know, one of those where you kind of like I'm super aware of like how quickly time is passing, whereas normally you don't even think about that. Even when you're having fun and stuff like that, you kind of don't really think about that. You kind of do want to be in the moment in good times and feel them, and basically like really try to keep yourself present as much as possible so that you don't actually miss anything. But yeah, this is worse. This is worse. The days in which basically they just go away. The days just gone. This is worse, you know, because at least then I'm having fun, you know. But yeah, so yeah, that's been my day today, and a bunch of people poking me, including one random scammer. I, I don't know if anybody's dealt with this, but because I've been uploading the the AI enhanced artwork and stuff over on Tumblr, um, I've had a couple of messages that basically are kind of well, they're just very scammy messages. They're basically like people that, or well, they're not people. They're either bots or they are actually actual people who have made a bunch of fake accounts over on Twitter and over on Tumblr and sometimes on Facebook. But I've had this happen at least twice on all of these platforms, and they will send you a message saying basically that they would like to support you, and or they'll ask you some leading encouraging messages saying how much they like your work and that they're a really good, like a really big admirer, and they would love to support me and all of this stuff, you know. And it's like, oh, you know, that's nice, like, thank you, yeah, sure, like anything that you can give, that'll be great. Like they ask if you have PayPal or like Cash App or anything like that. And then they basically like pull up a random. I've had the thing of like, oh, it's a processing fee, or you know, it's a sign of good faith, or it's a I've got to pay my lawyer so that I can uh, write up a contract for you to sign. All of this stuff, basically lots of different excuses to get you to send them $50 so that they can then start sending you money. And I just want to point this out right now, like to anybody that's ever going to come across this video. If somebody does this to you, don't send them money. It's obviously a scam. Like, don't do it. I personally play along. I don't send them any money, but I give them a bunch of excuses, and I really like playing along. Do you know why I do this? I do this so they can waste their time, so that basically they feel like I'm worth kind of keeping on messaging, but then they realize that it's not worth $50. You know, it's like after like hours of back and forth, they'll finally realize that it's like this is this is not worth it. This is not worth $50 in the end. you know. I'll keep saying it's like, no, I'm gonna send you. I just want to ask a couple of questions, a couple more questions, and then I promise I'll do it, you know. And then at the very end of it, like when they say that, it's like, this isn't worth it. I'm sorry, you know, whatever. When I make them feel like they have to apologize to me, I basically then say, it's like, yeah, I already know that this is a scam. I'm sorry, but like I was just trying to waste your time so you're not scamming other people. You know, it's almost like the robocalls where you know immediately it's a scam. Like, I love fucking with those people, you know. It's always fun. It's always fun. Anyway, yeah. Fun fact: I was almost one of those guys. There was a YouTube channel which I don't know. I've heard that it's either, I haven't looked it up myself, but I should, because I enjoy these kind of videos. But there was a YouTube channel that was like looking for people to man the phones and basically like you know, like do very simple hacking to basically like get into and waste a bunch of scammers' times and stuff like that. I was nearly one of those people. I was really nearly one of those people that did this. The only reason why I didn't do it was because I didn't have a good internet connection. I didn't have a reliable internet connection at the time. And yeah, I regret that I didn't go back and have a look and see if they actually want any more help, because I've heard that I've heard both stories. I've heard that they basically have joined with somebody else and they're no longer a thing. And I've also heard like that they went on to do really good things, and basically that I should go check them out and stuff. So I keep not doing that, but I really want to go do that. I would tell you the name, but I can't remember. It's just that every time I think of the name, I keep thinking Scammer Payback, and it's like, no, I already know that guy. That's not who I'm thinking of. That's, but the name is similar, you know. Anyway, yeah. So I basically had that as well today, and I wasn't sat there at the chat box, by the way, just typing to him. I had him on in the background while I was doing some organizations for the AI enhancements and stuff. So yeah, it didn't really waste any of my time. I just enjoyed wasting his time, and it was fun, you know. It's kind of like how I don't know if anybody's seen this, but when trolls come on here, I kind of like fucking with them. I kind of like messing with them, not just because it's fun to waste their time, but also because they might learn that this is not a good way of doing this, you know. I'm always very, very kind and considerate, and basically try to get them to see that this is that being trolly is kind of like, yes, it can be fun, but like if you're actually trying to hurt somebody in some way, you know, either if it's like fiscally or emotionally and stuff like that, that it's another person, another human being. Don't do that, you know. It's like it can be fun if you're doing it to a douchebag, but like it's a lot of the times trolls don't do it to douchebags, and that's a shame. It's a real shame. Like I'm a dirtbag, not a douchebag. There's a difference. Anyway, TD, do not send them money. Yeah, exactly. Don't send them anything. If anybody basically comes to you and like communicates to you that they have a bunch of money, they just need you to make like a good faith payment of any kind, or like or anything that requires you sending them money so that they can send you a bunch of money. That's obviously a scam. You know, if they try to get you to buy Bitcoin or whatever, then that's definitely a scam. So just like, don't do that. Don't do that. Simple as. If you want to have a lot of fun, or if you enjoy making fun of them, then basically, yeah, go for it. Do it. Just make fun of them. Like try to trick them. Try to waste their time. It can be a lot of fun if you do it in the right way. So yeah, go for it. It's really cool. Yeah. I wonder if they pay. If they pay, I might actually find. I'll go back to those scam, scam catchers. Or is it scam catchers? I feel like it's got scam in the front of it. Oh my god, this is gonna be annoying. I'm gonna do a YouTube channel search in a minute. If you could, Don, I know you're going to bed at some point, but if you can give me like a half an hour alert, then that would be awesome. I had pizza, so basically, like, I'm super thirsty. Oh, better. Better. Oh, the last time that we talked, I did more of your picks in the meantime, I think. I've enhanced some of your pictures in the meantime because I only did like one or two before, but now I've done another one, I think, at least. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of the exact ones. Was you the beer guy as well? Or was that somebody else? That, like the guy that drinks like beer from from a glass, and then basically a pitcher, and then a keg, and then a hose, like that guy. I think that was you, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it came out surprisingly well. Yeah, there's that one. That one's coming. That one's coming. I've seen it in the list. I mean, eventually it's coming anyway, but like in the current folder, it's. I think it's there. It's more it's closer to the bottom line, maybe. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna see how good that is. The problem is that like the program doesn't know what to do with hoses. So yeah, whenever you have a hose, if it doesn't, if it doesn't just disappear off frame, the program doesn't know what to do with it. And unfortunately, I had that hose connected to I think it just went behind him, like it was connected to something behind him off frame, but it didn't go directly off frame, so they didn't know what to do with it, and it made it kind of like a sausage or something at one stage, which is quite funny. But yeah. So yeah, there's like it's just very, very funny how it's interesting sometimes how the program can kind of like predict perfectly what you're going for, and then other times it will just be nonsense. Like what you've seen is around about 30% of the pictures that I could have uploaded, upscaled, because the rest of them either I put them through the editor and they work perfectly. Sorry, they just spit them back out. Sorry. Um, I'm calculating the next thing I'm saying, so it's complicated the way I speak sometimes. Yeah, I put them through and they spit them back out and say that this is like, this is wrong what you're doing. Don't do this. Please don't, please don't upload images of this nature, etc. Because like any hint of nudity in the picture, and basically it will just spit it back out at you. Even if there is no nudity, if it thinks that something's nude, it will basically like spit it back out. So a bunch of pictures, including pictures that I promised that I would do for Ian. I ran them through, and it just wouldn't have them. It wouldn't have them because basically his character that I drew of him is wearing a singlet, and like it couldn't see where the singlet ended. So therefore it thought he was nude or something, I think. I don't know. The point is it wasn't able to do anything with those. Or the other side of the other side of the pictures that don't get processed is because it doesn't know at all what is there. It has no clue. Um, there's a picture of there's a picture that I did of me basically like at a soft serve ice cream machine, and I've got my hands up like this, so the picture's like this, and it can't see my face at all, but it can see the body and you can see the arms and stuff. I put that through, and it came out with um, what appeared to be a giant hand bent over the opposite direction, um, kind of like turning a giant tap. Like my arms had turned into like they it got my body, it got my braces, it got my shirt, and then it got my arms up to about here, and then basically they started to morph into one giant hand that was turning a tap, like a giant tap, like a faucet. So, I mean, that's just one example. Like other times, it has turned people into animals, which is quite funny, but it's like they're always misshapen animals. So I don't save those because it's like it's not worth it, because it's just it's not at all what I'm going for with this one picture. Even when I basically describe what I'm trying to improve or enhance or something, um, it won't have it sometimes. So yeah, if you basically think that I've missed out some art piece, so this is just a me talking to everybody, not just you, Don. But if somebody says that basically like, oh, you didn't do mine, you didn't do the picture, that picture that you did for me, it's like, how comes I don't see that or anything? And the reason for that is that it just didn't go through the editing. It didn't go through the enhancement. The AI program rejected it in one way or the other. So I'm sorry about that, but that's why you get like missing sequences and stuff. So yeah. Also, they're not in order. I think they're in alphabetical order in the file that I'm working from. So yeah, when I save something to my computer, and also when I draw these, I don't always draw them in sequence, and I also don't. Also, the numbering and naming system on the computer and on the scanning app that I use just is basically jumbled up. It seems to be just sometimes nonsense at the beginning, but then it basically also has the date at the end. So it should do those in chronological order, but it doesn't, because the beginning part of that file, I don't know why they do this. It feels like it's intentionally done to fuck with the ordering system. The only place where they're ordered correctly is on my phone, but I wipe my phone every 3 or 4 months. So I can't just use that as a numbering system. It's dumb. It's dumb. Anyway, so it's out of sequence, and also, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad somebody has been enjoying them, though. I tried to reach out to my buddy Balloon Blower Mike, because I've done a lot of stuff for him in the past, and like you may notice a theme with a lot of my pictures, and that's because basically I was trying to prepare some illustrations uh, for his story and everything. But basically, I end up becoming busy with something else. So, like, yeah, it's essentially a lot of the stuff that I've done has been for him, and it's like, yeah, getting him to basically talk about any of this stuff is very hard because he's busy for the most part, and I'm busy as well, or asleep at the times when we should be communicating with each other. So it's very hard to get his opinion. But I know he likes them because he reacts to them. He's posted little reactions to them. So eventually, when he gets down to actually talking about them, then that'll be great. But yeah, I think he likes them, so that's a good thing. But yeah, the way that he describes certain things in his stories, I feel like I perfectly captured with the remastered pictures, with some of the remastered pictures. Whereas before, they are literally just sketches. Some of them are really rough, really not detailed sketches. But with the enhancements, literally I can just turn up the textures on something or make something photorealistic, and it basically happens, which is really helpful. Creepy, creepy. So I think I just put my foot through a spider web of some kind, or something just touched my, some creepy crawly touched my toes. I'm in my flip flops still. I'm letting my feet heal from whatever was wrong with them earlier. So I'm airing them out and letting them heal. And yeah, it's not a good idea to do that in the summer in my office because, well, bugs crawl on the floor. So yeah. Anyway, if anybody's read Balloon Blower Mike's stories, then hopefully they'll see these pictures, these enhancements, and it will give them some oomph to basically like give them some visual cues to the story, because I really like the stories. I really like the stories that he does, and I've talked about it in the past. They're good reading. They're good reading. Um, and I'm kind of really proud of a couple of like pictures that I've done for the story. It's just that I've never really, a couple of sketches. I've never really kind of had time to work on the pictures, and now I feel like I feel like I've got some closure on those pictures. So that's something. And if I ever get back to trying to illustrate that again, that one particular story, then like hopefully it'll be good. Ooh, sorry. I just remembered that in the next maybe not the next batch of enhancements, but the one after it. Oh, stop. Stop it. Not the next batch, but the one after it. There's a couple that I think you might like, Don, and that is that Papa Berry, the picture sequence that I did of the guy that turns into a blueberry, the 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 grandpa daddy bear, I guess, that in the green suit and everything, that turns into a blueberry. He is coming up, so like that'll be interesting to put through the editor and see what it does. But also, Cave Crashers is also coming up. I saw that when I was scrolling through the stuff and to select the next file to go into the editor. And I'm interested to see what it does with orcs and stuff. I mean, we've already seen what it does with like demons, so it can do fantasy characters. So I'm kind of excited to see what it churns out next. But yeah. Oh, also, I do have some pictures that I was going to upload right now, but like I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that, or if I want to just get on with the editing or what. I will need to do the uploading of these pictures eventually. So either way, they're going to take up some of my time. I just don't know if I want to make it time that I'm with you guys, or specifically you, Don. before you go to bed. So, Oh, here's a good idea. Why don't I just let you decide? Should I do the editing right now, or upload this batch of AI enhanced pictures? I was going to do it just before I came on stream, but I forgot and just turned on the stream right away instead. So yeah. Oh, I needed that. Oh, that feels so much better. Well, no, it gives. If you want to see the AI pictures, then that's cool. It'll be good instead of like waiting for your reaction, you know. Plus, it'll give you something to look at while I'm editing, because I'm probably going to be editing and then turning on the music. Because I just talked about stuff, so I haven't left much time for me to actually much topics, I should have said, for me to actually yeah. Just opening up Tumblr. We'll post everything there. Tumblr is very easy because there's no limit to the number of things. Well, you can upload 30 pictures at a time, so it's very easy to just drag and drop. Whereas, stop it. Whereas with Discord, you can only upload 10 pictures at a time, and I have to basically, I try to keep them roughly grouped together. So basically, all the pictures that came from this one picture that I put for the enhancer is there. You know, it's like those are all grouped together. Sometimes I do that if there's only one or two. I think you should comment that they are AI pics of drawings you've made. It's kind of weird to sell the example of AI pics, no explanation. Do you mean on Tumblr? I have put an explanation on Discord, and I gave a rough explanation for the first set on Discord, and I have also. So you've seen them on Tumblr as well. Yeah. And on Discord, I have tried to put explanations. I've started to put explanations for every single post on Discord, on my page, except for on the gallery, which I basically have just given very brief explanations. But I'm pretty sure everybody on Discord knows that this is in AI enhanced pictures. On Tumblr, however, I've only commented on a couple of them, but I have also included my original artwork, and I have put an explanation at the beginning of when I started doing this. But yeah, fair point though. Fair point. I will basically do that for this batch, and also I'll try to remember to do it for future batches. So there you go. Batches. Right. Oh, the problem is now I can't remember. I'm on the AI folder. I can't remember exactly where I started. Oh, it was after the dad picture of me. It was after that one. So yeah, I got ChatGPT to actually listen to me. It spat out a demon picture that actually was with the right specifications that I asked for. It actually did it. I must have missed it then. Yeah, Don, if you scroll down to the very beginning of when I started posting, I did have it's just a brief line. It's just a brief explanation of like I'm starting to upload some of my old artwork into the AI generator to upscale them. Like here you go. Then I posted. So yeah. But yeah, I got ChatGPT to actually pay attention to me and actually do what I ask. However, it did take a few goes to get it completely right, but it actually looks good. So yeah, I've got the free software, the free AI enhancement software version of the demon, but now we have a complete, line in the sand kind of complete version of the demon done in GPT, and it does look very good. I still like the free software's version better, especially in the face and the head. However, I also like that we got there in less attempts with GPT after it started listening to me, because there's tons of the demon picture, right? Um, and all of those, except for like four, all of those are from the free software, whereas it did that in 6 pictures, 7 pictures. It got to my original image, original internal visage for that demon. It got there in like 6 or 7 pictures with GPT. So yeah, it's like you can see the difference between the quality. It's just that I only get like 4 or 5 attempts to basically get a picture right a day on ChatGPT, whereas I get unlimited attempts on the free stuff. So yeah. I'm glad that you've seen the Tumblr about one, by the way. I'm glad you. I'm glad that you're on my Tumblr. I like that. I need to find out. Oh, I nearly made a mistake. I need to find out what everybody's names are in various places so that I can, follow people and stuff. Oh, where's the demon picture? There's that one. Yeah. So what ones did I do? I did a minute ago while I was the while I was checking mail a minute ago. My throat really just wants to be dry tonight. Yeah, I did these while I was checking mail a minute ago. Because I can do them in the background while I'm checking mail and answering messages and stuff. But yeah. So I did a couple. I'm still amazed at the hot tub one. They actually did the hot tub one. That's like shocking to me. But yeah, I did Osgood. That's it. I did the Osgood character from Bloom Blow Mike's cavalcade of I can't remember the name of that stupid story. Stupid story. That I can't remember the name of that story. There. There we go. I've written, here's more upscaled AI versions of my old sketches. Beep! Posted. So that's on Tumblr. So like I said, on Discord, it's a lot slower. But I'm over on Discord now. It already opened up to... There we go. It already opened up to the gallery, and then I'll upload them to our Discord. My Discord. The Discord. So I had a brain fart then. I've got to count how many files I can upload at a time on Discord. So I was just doing that in my head. I should do it out loud because I'm streaming. But yeah. Oh yeah, you're on the gallery Discord too. I forgot. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, I think I can upload all of these at once. Scroll, 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 scroll. Let me just have a quick look at what's next as well. So what's next is... Oh, let me just select. What's next is the character sheet for Osgood, another Osgood dream picture, possibly that Osgood dream picture. Some pictures for Willy Bear. Then I think it will take that one. A Pigman transformation. The genie, the expanding genie pictures. I thought it was next. Oh, then it's Cave Crashers. Oh, and a picture of Wolfie, an old picture of Wolfie as well. But then it's Cave Crashers, and that's the Orc Dwarf stories. So I'm going to see how those turn out. Then it's Cave Crashers, a couple of miscellaneous pictures. Okay, it's a bit further down than that. Then it's Papa. It's Papa Blueberry. So yeah. And then it's a bunch of Disney dads. But these might be a bit too suggestive for the program, I think. Yeah, so we've got some good stuff to work with. So, oh fuck, too many uploads. Okay, how many pictures did I miscounted at some point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, so I can upload one. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to upload both of those in the next batch. Here we go. But it does mean I have to go back to this folder again and then select them. I could just go into the history and then just quickly see the next ones, but whatever. The original concept, original concept sketch, right? Because this is the unaltered sketch of that I did of Osgood before before Mike corrected me. Because he basically, told me that like he's got a bigger, thicker mustache. He's not got white hair yet, even though I basically left it colorless so that I could fill that in later. And also, he's not bald, so yeah. And that's the only changes he wanted me to make, so I did those. And in the next one is the full concept. So yeah. Anyway, right, let's upload it to there. I've just got to upload it to my gallery, and then we are good. And we're good. Honestly, my eyes are already fading. I think I'm actually getting tired already. I'm wondering if I should actually do any editing. No, I will do some editing. I will do some editing. I will. I'm going to make myself do some editing. Oh my god. No, that doesn't actually work with me. It doesn't actually, I don't get sleepy after I've eaten like a big meal or lots of carbs or anything. I just feel kind of, I feel full and pleasant and sometimes horny. So that's like, it doesn't really match up with the whole sleepiness. I can't go to bed anyway. Oh, you made me feel sleepy now. Oh my god. I can't go to bed anyway after I've eaten something in case I have acid reflux. So that's fun. I haven't uploaded them to my Discord yet. I'm doing that now. But like, have you seen the ones I did post? Did you like them? With the demon and the ringmaster get up for Osgood. Did you? I have no idea what the program has with enlarging the head of people, but AI loves big heads. You know, I'm always forever typing in the prompt, but keep the head proportionate to the arms or shoulders or whatever. I always have to do that. I don't know if anybody's had this kind of problem when they're dealing with image generation on G. Probably incapable. Well, no, you did say incapable, so I was like, did he mean something else? Is that what that means? I don't know. Like I think it's capable. I just think that because it does do it when I yell at it to do that. If I keep yelling it over and over again, then yeah. Part of being cartoony is that it means with proportions. Yeah, exactly. No, no. You have a good point. However, no, that's the wrong folder. However, I do type in keep proportions realistic, and that's one of the ways that I get it to maintain certain proportions while maintaining um, certain proportions while telling it to keep the proportions realistic, is that I actually type in make the proportions of this realistic, but overly exaggerate this or something, mostly the body or belly size or whatever, if I want to do a progression on an enhancement or whatever. So yeah, like I get the whole cartoony thing, and also it refuses to do realistic versions of some things. It just will straight up just refuse, and I get that, but like other times it does it incredibly good and a little bit freaky. In fact, that that dad picture of me is just like that's really good. I mean, it's not me. It ends up not being me at some point, but Jesus Christ, it's like that nailed that guy. Like I've seen that guy somewhere before, It's like that's pretty good. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I'm looking for the parade sketch, the Osgood parade sketch. There we go. Yeah, I don't really need to say anything about these, so they can just go. And then I've got the like that's a really good thing. Although it didn't do the ornate belt. Oh no, I didn't put it in. I thought I drew that. But that's a really good progression and exaggeration. So yeah. But yes, if I want something to be more cartoony, then it does actually work. That does actually work if I want to get it to do something that is not completely realistic. It will actually just that's one of the ways that you can prompt that is by typing in a more cartoony face or whatever is basically it'll do that. But even in the non-cartoony versions, when it's realistic or photorealistic, um, it will still enlarge the face and or enlarge the head, and um, even in even in some instances it will give kind of like it will give sharper features even though there's round bodies, and it's like it's confusing. It's a bit confusing, but yeah, I will say it's incredibly fun to mess with, and that's probably one of the reasons why I'm still doing it and have kind of made a little promise to myself that I'm not gonna finish until I've done all of my old artwork, and then I'm probably gonna stop. You made me forget where I was again. Why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself? You haven't made me. I meant just streaming has made me forget what I'm doing. That one and last one, and then editing. But yeah. So yeah, one of the things that I find humorous, like I said, is that sometimes it'll predict what you're going to do next. In other words, with the Osgood original sketch that I did of Osgood, with that character, like I drew him as a slightly older, grey mustache, balding character, and it immediately spat out the first picture was basically the version that that Mike had basically corrected me on. You know, he's slightly younger looking. He's got he's got a big black mustache, and he's got all of his hair. Although in the AI version, it actually put his hat back on. It gave him a hat. Oh, and by the way, it removes, if you've got like a military outfit that basically has a strap up here, it basically loves to remove that strap or change it into a version of a belt. And it just does not like it to have straps there. And that's irritating to me, considering that he's got a strap there. But whatever. That's just one of the me things. But yeah, if you look at the first picture of that's the first picture it spat out at me. Literally, all I typed in was enhance this, and I sent it the sketch, the full body sketch of the original Osgood concept, and it sent back basically the enhanced one. You know, the one that I've already done, and I thought that was fascinating. Anyway, I keep forgetting I can do this. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to do this real quick. Oh, come on. Give me a break. Where's the button? It's supposed to be super quick. Right, here we go. So, how does that look on YouTube? Yeah, that's all right. I can live with that. Right, okay. So, here's the original concept sketch for Osgood. Like all the proportions and everything, I thought I got pretty good. You know, he's rotund, but he's basically, he still looks capable. And like a leader and stuff. You know, it's slightly cartoony, but it's like you can believe this guy is like a strict authoritarian but caring kind of character, like he is in the story. I was going to say in the book. So yeah, there's close-ups of the face and stuff, and it immediately spat out this guy. And yes, he is slightly more. He's basically fat. He is basically a bit chunkier in the limbs and in the face, but that's essentially what the new version, the current version, the one that Mike basically changed him to when he saw the original concept. So yeah, remember I fed it this, and it gave me that, which is almost perfect. You know, I then made it some alterations so that, because I'm eventually going to put in the revised version of this, I'm going to put that through the editor, and like it's probably going to spit this back out at me, even though I'm going to tell it to not have the hat this time. So yeah, I basically wanted to get it to try to recreate the original concept for the character, and it gave me this one next. And as you can see, it's increased the size of the head, even though I told it not to, even though I told it to keep the proportions normal, except for the body keep the exaggerated proportions. I then told it also to, you know, make him bald and to change the color of the hair and mustache to be gray. But it gave him a white one, and it aged up his face a lot. But that's fine. That's all fine. I then tried to get it to like keep, you know, to give him more realistic proportions on the limbs and head, and then also to just, you know, I think I told it to firm up and roundden the tummy out more because it was starting to sag. It then gave me that. It made his tummy rounder for sure, but it made him really old for some reason. And also now he's not wearing a military uniform at all. So I don't know what's going on. But I was like, I'm not going to spend any more time on this because this would be it would take a long time. It would take a lot more iterations to get it back to my original vision for the original version of Osgood. So yeah, I'm going to save that refinery for when I actually do the proper version of Osgood. But yeah, so that's just a quick demonstration of how basically it screws things up. Also, it didn't change his head size. It literally made his head bigger, in fact, and definitely older. Weird, huh? Anyway, yeah, this is weirdly perfect. Given that that's what it had. It didn't give him gloves. I just realized it didn't give him gloves. But yeah, that's a super rough like sketch, and it's just spat out gold like right away. So yeah, it has an odd behavior also of like downscaling the size of characters when you put them into this as well. So I'm very impressed that it looks like it made him bigger. Okay, well it's about the same size in proportion. And also the next one, I literally told it to add color, and it did that. It compressed and lowered his mass a little bit. It, you know, lowered it as in actually like positioned it lower, not decreased his mass. If anything, he gained mass when it did this, I think. But yeah, I just told it to add color and it did that. And then I told it to remove the belt just so that I could get a more rounder shape, and it did that. And then I told it to put the arm back. I literally told it to put the arm back and make it less cartoony, and it did this. But in the next iterations, I told it to basically make it more realistic with the head proportion and the arm proportion, and it did that. And then I kind of gave up because like I was like, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. So I kind of gave up and I just said, um, actually I can't remember what I said. I think I just said like make it as photorealistic as possible, but while maintaining all the proportions. And it did this, which is better in my opinion. So you know, going from that to this is kind of impressive. So yeah. See what I mean, though? It's fun to basically like go to fuck with it just to see what it does. But yeah. The demon looks badass. I don't like the extra horns, like it's trying to add extra horns. But the demon looks badass and cool. You know, it's not as menacing as the other one that the free AI spat out, but it's still spot on with the body shape and stuff. I kind of wish that I had this body with the other one's face, but I like the exposed teeth, the sharp exposed teeth. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, again, considering that that's what it was working with, I do realize it's missing the hair. But yeah. By the way, this is just me as a demon. This is me as a demon. I literally just moved the ears down just a little bit and made them slightly pig-like, added horns, and made him blue. But yeah, going from that to this is pretty good upscaling, I think. Anyway, right. So we are good. We are all donesies. So I should get on with the editing now. Oh my god. My computer fan is going crazy. I don't know if it's coming out on the microphone, but it's just a. It's supposed to be whisper quiet, but they're not whisper quiet. Anyway, if you want to see all of those pictures and you're talking to everybody, not just Don, if anybody wants to see any of these upscaled pictures, then they are available on my Tumblr, and I'll be dispersing them once I've finished a few more. I'll be dispersing them throughout like my social media and stuff as well. Like I might even use some of them for like profile pictures and stuff. Who knows? But they're good fun. They're really good fun. 20-30 minutes. Thank you for the warning. I do see. I appreciate that. It means that I've got like I had enough time to, because I knew I had enough time to kind of prepare and chill. It's like if even if you just gave me like a 5-minute warning, I would have been completely fine with that. It's just that like I am joking when I basically say that like I'm offended by it, but it is kind of funny. You have to admit, it is kind of funny when like we're having a really good conversation. At least I'm feeling like we're having I'm on a good topic with somebody that gets it, and like I'm midway through my thing, and I want to get on with like talking about this next or whatever, and it's like okay, I'm going to bed now, bye. Without any warning, just like toodles. Especially since sometimes, and again, I'm not complaining. I'm kind of jokingly complaining. Um, it's like sometimes you do go and then you just leave. You literally don't stick around sometimes to see if I say goodbye or whatever. I'm saying or whatever a lot. You do sometimes just leave, and it is kind of a little bit frustrating. Again, when I have just gotten into talking about something that like we're both kind of passionate about or something. Trying to not say or whatever is hard. um, and yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Anyway, again, not complaining, just, well, jokingly complaining. It's fine. I totally understand. Oh my god. Ugh. It's fine. I totally understand. I am really good at the Irish goodbye as well. It's cool. It's cool. Right. Yeah, I'm probably not going to stick around for like the full 2 hours like I was hoping, but like I am going to get a little bit of this done at least, and yeah, I don't really want to have anything else to talk about. I've been chatting for a long time, a bit too long if I'm honest, because again I should have been doing this, but yeah. You know. Ugh. Everybody's got busy days and like a busy weekend coming up. I'm just doing work. I don't really have a busy, you know. You doing anything this weekend? Tell me your intimate plans. You know, that's the extreme version of what I said. Hey, that's cool, and that kind of sounds like fun. If I'm honest. Like again, try not to sound like I'm getting into your intimate communications. Um, intimate communications, intimate relationships, and stuff like that. But I was just about to ask. It's like, are you quite close with your dad? No, stop. Enough. Enough of the yawns. So much yawning and eye watering now. Great, super fun. Super need that right now. I've got a stingy eye all day, just there. Bunch of days off because it's my birthday. Yeah, I know it's your birthday. The problem is, I don't know if this. Yeah, that's kind of what happened with my dad. I just, we just never had anything in common, and also it just seemed like he didn't put any effort into hanging out once I was a certain age, and to be honest, I didn't either because I had my own shit going on. And also then, by the time that I was a fully formed adult, we just well, I lived quite far away from him. I only saw him when I came to visit mum. So yeah. But yeah, I really envy people that basically have like a really close relationship with their dad and actually have like good memories and stuff with them. I kind of thought that when I was a father, I'd have that too, but it's like it's a thing. I have different relationships with my boys, but yeah. But I do seem to be called like I usually like the dad or the uncle of the group, you know, like whenever a bunch of me and my friends get together in real life, it's usually I usually end up being kind of like the uncle kind of figure, the fatherly figure, you know, not quite the leader, but like the kind of advisory role. It seems to be a thing that happens to me. It's kind of always happened to me because of like family events or or whatever. I said or whatever. Um, like say there's like a big anniversary in the family, or like a proposal dinner, or like a big birthday of somebody in the family, and we all get together and everything. It would always be I would be the one that was looking after the kids all the way up until I was like 22. It just seemed to be a thing of like, are you watching the kids? Yep. Like I'm the dad or something, it's weird. Now it's different. Now it's slightly different because all of those kids are grown up. All of those, all of my cousins or my uncles and stuff are kind of grown up, and I'm I'm seen as one of the older people, you know, like I'm like I get I'm hanging out with the uncles, and it's almost like I'm seen as one of the older ones compared to my cousins who are the same age or older than me, and that's weird. You know, it's strange. It's just that the last few kind of like big family shit, that big family events and stuff, on both sides of my family, on my partner's side of my family and also my side of the family, then I'm usually hanging out with you know, the with the older crowd, and it's very strange, like with the whiskey and the cigars and stuff. It's basically like me and the older guys, and also my cousins that come and like hang out with us and stuff. But it's just it's weird that I have this like kind of connection with these guys more than I do my cousins and things, who are usually all just talking about family stuff. It's like, I mean, talking about like fatherly stuff. It's strange. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's just because I don't have a kid. Well, I don't have a kid. I don't live with my kid. It's a thing. I'm seen as a bachelor. I don't know. Um, but yeah, this seems to be a thing. Weird how relationships evolve. I don't know why I'm talking. I'm just like feeling. See, this is what happens when I don't have music on. I end up talking about nonsense, non-science. I mean, I guess it's better than just watching me not talking about anything at all, like I just did a minute ago, just a second ago. You don't know anything about your extended family? Well, I mean that's fairly common. It's usually like the mothers that basically connect the branches of the family together and stuff. I know that's definitely true of my mother. So it's like a thing of like, sometimes if you express interest in the extended family, that's probably the route you would go through, you know. Whereas the males, we kind of like have our own group of friends, and then we kind of like usually have strong connections in those groups. Whereas women seem to do the thing of like networking a lot. Whereas they have this group, and sometimes they're quite strong, but mostly they have a wider net of more friends and interconnected more, you know. It's a thing. It's just a thing. Human psychology. It's weird. They live in Canada, and so whenever anybody's in Canada, it's almost one of those things of like, it's like I have a girlfriend, but she lives in Canada, so you know, it's an inside out joke, which I found hilarious. Um, the whole thing of like the imaginary boyfriend. It's like, oh, well, we definitely we have to come, we have to hang out and stuff. And he's like, I live in Canada. I was like, oh, international. Anyway, big family feud kind of ended everyone's relationship. I understand that a lot. A lot of Irish families, in particular, they usually have the kind of like the what's called the traditionalists, and the they're usually the migrants. You know, basically the traditionalists have strong ties to Ireland or live in Ireland, and that's my Irish side of my family basically have this big split where like I don't have access to a bunch of them because they're the traditionalists. They're very very strict with like religion and tradition and stuff like that. So basically, yeah. Whereas the rest of my family don't live in Ireland, on my Irish side, don't live in Ireland and are more kind of, they're they're all basically atheists, and they're all completely laid back with most lifestyles and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a thing. I don't have access to a big chunk of my family because of that. My mother's side of the family, the Scottish side, um, also has branches trimmed because of feuds or because of just you know douchebags, basically. For example, I don't want to get into it too much, but uh, my mother's brother, one of my mother's brothers, for example, is a dick who basically drained my grandmother's um, savings and stuff so that he could go and spend her money, basically. So, like, I don't have access to that particular uncle, which is kind of fine because like the times in which I have met him and have talked to him and stuff have been fun, but only from a child's perspective. I didn't know him as an adult, so essentially, yeah. And from a child's perspective, he was a little bit of a dick, and I get it. I get, after hearing from other members of the family, not just my mother, that the stuff that he said or talked about, or like the stuff that he's done to the family, is like I completely get it. Yeah. However, my mother's family is very well, she's very well connected to them still, despite them living quite far away and in just inaccessible parts. She still goes to visit um, her sister-in-law, and um, I get to see my I get to see one of my cousins, and uh, like my I call them my nieces, but they're not my nieces. They're technically my cousins because cousins. They're my cousins' daughters. Therefore, they are my cousins. It's a thing. Family naming stuff is things is weird. But yeah, like I've always considered them my nieces, and like they've always considered me their uncle. So it's kind of yeah. I'm very annoyed at certain pictures because I can't tell from the thumbnails if they're eligible to go in the pick dump. Because I dumped everything into this one folder for the editing, and it's like, yeah. I was going to say there's a bunch of upskirt shots, but it's not. By the way, is it? Do I only have you for like 3 minutes, or should I start saying my goodbyes? I'd say tearful goodbyes, but my eyes very stingy. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Let me just put this one picture in, and then I'll say my goodbyes. Do you want a proper goodbye? Or just a see you soon? Toodlies. Sure, I'll give you a goodbye then, and then I'll ramble on about something else. Berry Wubs and Belly Salute. And big hugs. I got a question, but well, of course, you can drop a question. What I did mean to talk to you, by the way, about like what your commission idea would possibly be. Um, you were talking about like a biker gang with a thing about pool balls or something, and I was like, I kind of got like a really good image in my head of what that is like. But yeah, I know it's probably not related to that, but I'm just saying that I wanted to talk to you about that, but I completely forgot until literally just now to ask you about that because I'm a dingus. You're still trying to figure that out. Well, if you want just some rough sketches, like I did for like the Walrus Club stuff, um, then let me know. I like the content, but I have no clue what to do with it. You mean like making a story and stuff? By the way, um, I know you've got to go. I know. But um, Andy, has already written like a book about the character that I drew for him. He's already written that. Like he's written like 1,000 words or something already about like this character duo, and it's like, really, really, but okay. That man has like a bunch of energy, and I've met him in real life, and he's got like a bunch of energy. Um, that just that's crazy to me. But he's very sweet. He's very sweet. You had a question. You can't tell me that you had a question and then leave. You did something else. You did so. You didn't do the normal thing that bugs me. You did a new thing. You did a new thing. God damn it, man. Go to bed. Write down the question and go to bed. I was waiting for the question. I was just filling space while you typed out the question, but then it was like, yeah, wow. Okay, I'm gonna head off. Good night. Why are you doing this to me? What did I do? What did I do? Huh? What are you torturing me with like anti-closure? What gives? I'm not really mad. It's just it's you have to admit it's funny. I'm not gonna stay on for much longer. I'm gonna give it like half an hour. I'm gonna give it half an hour, and then I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna talk to myself for a bit. Um, or at least try to talk to myself for a bit while I'm clicking buttons. Clicking buttons. I really want to get on with my stories, but I've got like so much stuff that I've got to do. I keep finding new stuff to do. You're still here, because my question is kind of a statement now. What should I com? Became what do I com? Oh, okay. Well, like I said, there's like there does seem to be like a lot of ideas, like the stuff that you've already asked me to do. I can expound on that. Um, like you can I like your new idea. There's also new characters and new things that you might want to see me draw. So yeah, make sure to write down your ideas or they will disappear. Hey, I've been trying. Like I said, I've been trying to do that for the writing. I tried to basically make a new Word document and then just type down just a quick outline and then kind of move on so that I can come back to it. But the problem is that those stories don't end. They seem to continue on after the fact. Like my random devil with devil with the demon. No, deal with the devil is the name of the story. Like that one story turned into like a trilogy in my head, and it's like, well, do I write down the? I can't write down. I can't summation that one story. The one extra story without basically filling in what I want to happen in the third story. And do I put it in the same document, or do I basically add another document, or like what? But I'm still in the middle of writing this document, and oh my god! And these are all just shorts, like short outlines for these stories. If I keep expounding on them, like the outline is going to be a story in itself, and then I've got to expand on that later when I can. But the when I can part never seems to come, and that's so annoying because I keep needing to do other shit. So yeah, that's why I'm focusing more on the conversion improvement idea. So yeah. Hey Roscoe. But yeah, I know you're probably gone already, Don, but there's a lot of ideas that you can do. So yeah, cool. Just have fun with it. You just said hello twice. That was weird. What do you want to talk about, Roscoe? Okay, well, have a good one, I guess. Thanks for stopping by. I don't get it. What's with the random sassiness? The last few times we talked, just so strange. I'm probably I'm probably reading way too much into it. Oh, come on. Ooh, here's a weird territory. Oh no, that should be fine. I'm doing the I'm in the kimono pictures, and it's just a bit like a thing of like I'm pretty sure I did cover everything delicately in those videos, so the pictures should be fine. And if they're not, then I can always delete some. It's no big deal. Why is that? Why is that in my head? I've got the stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Oh, I know what it was. I know why it's in my brain. I got it. It's because I was wanting to watch Angel earlier today, and I was like, oh yeah, because there's this scene where this like this demon creature, basically like he sings a lot, and one of the songs that he sang was that. So yeah. Kimono, yeah, it's an item of clothing. It's a Japanese robe. A Japanese robe. Or is it Greek? Somebody said to me that it's that kimono is actually Greek. And now I've got like a factoid about it in my head, and it's like this needs to be fact checked. It's like, yeah, but I'm not because I'm busy. Kimono. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. I'm pretty sure it is. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing. But yeah. Anyway, the blue kimono pictures are the ones I'm basically sorting out, but I'm in some poses in which you might be able to do like an upskirt. I was going to say upskirt. I did say upskirt. I meant up shorts. You could get some accidental up shorts shots, and I need to just be careful and delicate because this is a video for YouTube. So I don't want to accidentally expose myself and get like a channel taken down again. Oh god, stop yawning. Ugh. I'm not that tired because I actually got some pretty good sleep last night. It wasn't a lot. Maybe that's why. It's because it wasn't a lot. But it was good sleep. I'm waking up and feeling pretty good about myself. Yeah, see, I don't know why, but I keep reading that. I keep reading everything you're saying, sassy, lately. You have to realize I'm just killing time between reading comments and stuff. Fucking cuckoo bird is back. You know, I have to fill airspace when I'm on stream. Which means lots of talking. Birds, please don't start. It's not 4 o'clock. When it gets to 4 o'clock, then you can totally like be annoying and obnoxious and tell me it's morning, and I get it. But until then, don't mess with me. I mean, it is only 10 minutes away, but still, the sun isn't up yet. You can't just randomly yell at me. Stupid songbirds. You seem to be have been in a mood for the past couple of weeks. Just a statement, not an attack. Do you want to get more specific, or? You might have to get even more specific. I don't know what this interaction was about. Like, again, that implies that happened before, but I don't know about the before part even. So, yeah. Okay, you've been in a horny mood. Okay. What's different? I thought you were being moody. Well, I don't know how to help you there. I do not know. You mean besides the obvious? It's going well, but it's taking a long time. I keep getting interrupted, and I keep wanting to finish the editing project, which you have no interest in. So, yeah. So many bird sounds outside. I do want to know how they perceive when the sun's going to come up, because like I can't remember if it's like they read micro lighting cues or whatever. But Jesus Christ, it's not even 4 o'clock yet, and it's dark outside still, and yet the birds are yelling really loudly. Frankly, I do not care for it. However, I will not have to deal with it for much longer because I am leaving soon. So yeah, if anybody wants to ask me anything or say anything to me, now is the time. Honestly, this actually drives me. It makes me fall asleep if I'm just editing like this. It's weird. You have a good night too. Right. Still so much to go, but I'm gonna wait until I can actually like stay awake for it. So yeah, I'll be doing another live stream probably not tomorrow, but the day after, like normal, and just hopefully that'll be good. It'll be cool, and yeah. But for now, I am outie. Toodles.